Today I will take topic number 5 in energy conservation and management, that is role of maintenance in energy conservation. Maintenance role in energy conservation according to your syllabus. The points are to be discussed. That first point is given the types of maintenance. Types of maintenance is given breakdown maintenance and preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance means whenever we see that there is a possibility of breakdown or loss of energy or some type of fault may be occur in the system. So before that, if we know for that, the prediction can be done for any type of machinery or any type of plant in which the energy consumption takes place. Normally, for the energy conservation in case of electrical energy, mostly which is used in the industry, for that we have to check the different points where the predictive maintenance is required, in which there are certain mechanical part of the system, they also to be maintained, and the electrical part of the system, they are all to be maintained. Here he has given two type of maintenance. One is predictive maintenance and one is breakdown maintenance. Now breakdown maintenance is that when the machines in the plant, if they go under breakdown or fault is such that it cannot be repairable without stopping the machine, then it is called breakdown maintenance. So preventive maintenance or predictive maintenance and breakdown maintenance, these are all the type of maintenance which are commonly applicable in case of industry. Now so far as energy conservation takes place, we have to point out all such points in the plant or in the industry where is possibility of loss of energy or wastage of energy due to non-maintaining the system properly. So here when we go for breakdown maintenance, then it is certainly when the total plant is off or the part of the plant is off due to breakdown in the machineries. So in that case we have to observe minutely that what are the causes of breakdown of the machine, and those causes we should remove by this breakdown maintenance. In breakdown maintenance, certain spare parts of the machine also to be changed wherever necessary. Due to wear and tear, lot of parts of the machinery become unserviceable, and due to that the breakdown takes place. In electrical system, we have to check all the bus bar and distribution system of the industry where due to burning of the terminal, due to carbonization of the joints, due to some taping problem in the mechanical system of the bus bar, that we have to observe minutely, and many times the prediction can be made by just observing the total system of the electrical side distribution system and mechanical side the working system of the machineries. So with the help of this predictive maintenance, we can predict that this particular system will work up to certain time, and before that breakdown time come, if you maintain the system by preventive measurement, preventive maintenance, then you will see that the downtime or the breakdown time can be avoided. So how this energy can be conserved for this particular type of maintenance? It is that whenever we see that loss of energy takes place on certain points or the certain part in the machineries or in the plant or in the industry, then we have to locate those points where energy loss takes place due to not proper maintenance of the system. So in predictive maintenance, we have to see all those points where types of energy loss takes place, whether it is electrical energy loss, or if the energy of other type is used in the system, then we have to see that particular loss also, which maybe takes place or which is being takes place due to some problem in the system. So if you observe these two type of maintenance, that predictive maintenance, that before happening of breakdown, so all the points where maintenance is required you have to do. Maintenance, which type? There are two type of maintenance we have to do for the mechanical parts maintenance and electrical part maintenance. In electrical part maintenance, all the distribution system from where you are supplying electrical energy to the different machineries or the plant, you have to observe all the points of supply in case of electrical maintenance. In this, there is a supply can start from the transformer. From transformer, if it is a supply is to be taken to the industry on 440 volt 3 phase, then you have to check the transformer primary side 11 kV or 33 kV from the electricity board, from where the electrical energy is supplying to the plant, and come to the secondary side. Here you have to check all the bus bar points and all type of HRC fuse given in the bus bar or the panel. Then see the all contacts or the bus bar points where the carbonization have been takes place, and partially if the bus bar is burned, then this is also create a problem of breakdown in some case when the load increases. So you find out all the points where the weak points you observe in the bus bar or distribution system of electrical. Then you come to the all the lugs of the cables which are connected from the bus bar, and with the help of this cable the supply is reaching to the sub distribution board, which are giving the supply to the individual machinery. So you have to check the individual control board or the sub control board from where you are supplying energy to the machineries. So where you find if any type of carbonization or heating, overheating of the component, then you have to take the preventive action for that. So this is coming under predictive maintenance, that you have predicted or you have assessed the time up to which this particular part will work. So before going into breakdown period, if you repair it properly or you replace that part by a new spare parts, then the possibility of breakdown will be avoided. So when breakdown is avoided, then energy conservation can be achieved, that for that time whatever loss of production takes place, it can be avoided by this particular type of predictive maintenance. So maintenance, basically in subject of maintenance they have given routine maintenance, preventive maintenance, periodic maintenance, predictive maintenance, and breakdown maintenance. Routine maintenance is that whenever you go and start the production system in the industry, whether it is running in 1 shift or 3 shift, we have to go for a walk-in through audit. In that case, you have to observe all the points and the day-to-day cleaning of the parts required. Dusting is to be done on the machineries. Then all the tightness of the jumpers or the joints which are provided for electrical supply. Then observation of the position of lugs from where cable are taped from the bus bar. So these are all coming under the routine maintenance that is done every day. Every day you have to check it. Similarly, when you go for periodic maintenance, then this is according to the manual given by the manufacturer of the machineries, and according to the recommendation of the manual, you go for the periodic maintenance of the machineries as per given period of 15 days, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, whatever time is given according to the manual of the manufacturer of the machine. So in that particular periodic maintenance, there are certain recommendations they have given, and according to those recommendations you have to maintain the system. So by maintenance we can reduce the loss of energy, rather conserve the energy, it is point, but loss of energy we can avoid by doing this proper maintenance of the system. Now in mechanical type of system, if drives are there which are running machinery with the help of either gear coupling or by belt coupling, so you have to maintain the proper position of the belt or tension in the belt properly maintained, and in the gearbox system you have to provide proper lubricating oil in the gear system, so the gear drive or belt drive they can be properly maintained to transfer of the mechanical power from the wheel to the machine, so that the losses of energy due to looseness of the joints of this particular type of drives, it can be avoided. Then you have to check the bearings of the machineries or the motors from where from the shaft of which the power transmission is takes place to the machinery. So if you balance the rotor also, so these all points which are coming under the preventive maintenance which can be predicted before the breakdown period. So breakdown period, if you can avoid, then lot of energy can be saved due to preventive maintenance, and the loss of production which can be avoided by avoiding the breakdown maintenance. Now there are certain points in this you have to take the right for the energy conservation by maintenance, that some points are given. So I am just reading out these points, you should note down for that. You given that result of energy conservation by maintenance. This is the heading of this particular article, in which you have to write down the point. The first point is the achieving same end results but with decreased energy use. Same end result means according to design, whatever the output result you have designed theoretically, the same end result you should obtain, try to obtain the same end result without increasing the energy use. First point. Second, the easing energy storage or the easing energy shortage. So storing of energy, it is not possible in case of electrical energy, but in other form of energy storing is possible. So you prepare the program for storing of energy in which the energy storing is possible, and where you do this particular activity of ease of energy shortage. So energy shortage will not take place whenever this form of energy you use, where possibly energy can be stored. But in case of electrical energy use, this thing is not possible, but you can manage that whenever your plant is running at full load, half load or 2/3 load or 25% load. According to that you can manage the electrical energy use. So this is the point, that ease of energy shortage can be removed. Then reducing environmental pollution. This is a very common problem in energy conservation and maintenance, that we have to reduce the all possibility of environmental pollution due to use of energy. This particular point I have also covered in my first topic of ECM, in which I have given the different reasons for pollution in the system, different oxides of the gases, and due to carbonization of the joints and jumper, and due to use of this crude oil or the diesel, petrol or other type of furnace oil which are used in the industry, from which the pollution is produced. So this can be reduced by taking proper step for environmental pollution reduction process, and according to those process we can reduce the energy unnecessary energy use in this type of loss. Then non monetary benefits may be far reaching and may continue for large periods. This point is says that non-monetary benefits may be far-reaching and may continue for the large period. Such type of points is recommended that there is a large benefit is to be calculated in terms of money. That the money benefit is not there if by maintenance, then you have to not spend your time for such type of maintenance where money saving is not possible. So you have to check out those points where money saving is not possible by doing maintenance. Then this type of maintenance is of no use. So don't waste time in such type of maintenance where money saving is not possible by conservation of energy. Then reducing energy bill at the individual, organization and commercial level. You have to see that whatever energy bill is coming from the electrical supply agency, how you can reduce the energy billing in the industry or as well as in the commercial establishment. So how it can be done? You have to again come to the point that whatever unnecessary use of energy takes place either in heat ventilation or air conditioning system, or in the lighting system, or in the case of machinery which are which are in operation without production. So these type of things you have to check up in the preventive maintenance, and you can reduce the energy bill of the industry or the commercial organization. So you have to be very particular on these points, that you have to observe all this situation where energy is being lost without useful conversion into work. So this type of point is for again coming under the predictive maintenance, that you have to check all these points. Then increase process efficiency and cycle efficiency of the plant by maintenance of the or the minimization of the losses in the system. This is also one of the important point, that by minimizing losses in the system, as I told you, losses are not only counted for energy loss, but losses are also calculated for the loss of manpower and loss of materials. So you have to closely watch for this, that there should be no manpower loss is there, and there should be no material loss is there, and there should be no energy loss is there. So if these losses are controlled, then this will increase the process efficiency of the plant, and you can achieve more output as per your target value or the desired value for which the system is designed. So these are the points which are coming under the result of energy conservation as the result of proper maintenance of the system. Now there are benefits of conservation of energy and increased energy efficiency to the society are can be discussed with reference to the commercial use of energy and industrial use of energy, that how energy can be benefited to the society if we can conserve energy by proper maintenance. Then in this the to conservation stretching finite resources for longer length of the time, that whatever finite resources of energy are there, if you are properly conserve the energy and prevent the loss of energy, then this finite source of energy can be used for the longer time. This is the meaning of this point. Then to industrialist, the enhancing profit by reducing cost. Profit can be increased by reducing the cost. It means that per unit cost of the product, if you are reducing in the industry, then the margin of profit on that particular product after selling, it will increase, because its manufacturing cost is reduced by reduction of three factors: manpower loss, material loss and energy loss. If these three losses are if controlled, then the cost of production per unit of the product, that will decrease, and the profit to the industrialist will increase, and he can in that case, if the margin of profit increase, so the industrialist can also pay more salary to the staff because of the profit earned by the persons who are working in the system. So there must be this economical factor is there, which benefit all the employees of the industry as well as the owner of the industry. Then environmental, we have to already discuss that when we improve the environmental position due to pollution by the pollutant produced by the industries, if it is controlled, then it is also beneficial to the society, because ultimately any type of pollution, this will impact on the society, because people are living around the industry or in the near area of the industry. They will be suffer from different type of diseases if the pollution is not controlled properly. So this is also one of the benefit from the proper maintenance. We can protect the environment. And then economist sustainability of the growth. This is also one point related to the economy, that when all type of reduction takes place in losses in terms of manpower, material and energy, then economical sustainability of the industry will be more proper and it will give proper results. So this is the point of benefit for energy conservation by maintenance. Then utilize the profit of the industry for its growth. So naturally, when in the existing system you are getting more output means without increasing the input, if you are increasing the output of the system, then it will come under the productivity. So if the productivity of the industry increase, then naturally surplus money will come to the industry, and one person, the industrialist, he can think of the expansion of the plant, or he can increase the capacity of the plant. So this will generate more employment for the persons for in the industry, and naturally it will also solve the problem of unemployment, because in existing plant, if suppose 50 workers are working, and if you increase the capacity of the plant with proper maintenance or by avoiding all type of losses, then naturally you will think that the production can be increased with the same inputs. So if the production increased by the same input of the energy and material, then only the manpower requirement will be there. So you can increase the capacity of the plant by employing more workers for the industry. And naturally, when capacity of the plant is, suppose it is doubled, so naturally whatever manpower doing in the present situation, it can be double in number. So employment problem can also be solved if it is properly maintained the system for the conservation of energy. So here as I have given that predictive maintenance, preventive maintenance and energy conservation. So these are the points which are given in your topic number 5. They are simply given the role of maintenance of energy conservation. So role of maintenance in energy conservation, as I have told you, that first we have to divide what are the sector in which energy conservation can be takes place or can be taken up with the help of maintenance. So as I have told you that both field you have to control, mechanical field and as well as electrical field. In mechanical field, whatever power transmission system is there to the machinery from the drives or motors, you have to check the efficiency and proper fitting of the motor, proper distancing of the motor or drives from the driven machines, and you try to maintain the transmission of power in terms of belt or gear drives. And if this mechanical type of maintenance is taken place for proper lubrication of the machineries, proper tightening of the machinery, proper operation of the machinery, then this is the mechanical part, that is by maintenance. And in electrical part, as I already told, you have to go for checking of your distribution system, the leakages in the system also to be detected. If from the system leakages of electrical energy due to the deterioration of the wiring or quality of cable, then this is also to be observed. And if it is possible, then you modify the wiring of the system, you modify the use of the cable also, so that the losses takes place due to this energy loss due to leakage, it can be controlled. So maintenance point of view, the energy conservation have the number of points both in field of electrical energy and mechanical energy use. And similarly, if you go for those plants in which steam energy is used, so again in steam energy, the maintenance of the pipeline and steam generation system, whatever type of drawbacks are there, or if you observe any type of points where steam energy loss takes place due to leakage or due to pipeline mistake or due to long distribution pipeline, the losses takes place due to evaporation or the steam loss due to heat transfer from the pipe. So these all things can be controlled in those plants where steam energy is used. So steam energy can be effectively used if the system is properly tighted in the transportation of the steam from one place to another place, and the system is properly concealed for loss of energy, that is steam energy, from any point. So you search out the leakage points which are available in the system by just go for the predictive maintenance of the system by observing each point where the possibility of leakage of steam energy is there, so you can control that. Similarly, in the boiler, if you are feeding the coal for burning, so you have to increase the coal efficiency by its proper process. That I have told you, if you use the pulverized coal in the boiler, then the thermal efficiency of the boiler will increase. So this is also coming under the maintenance schedule of the feeding of coal for the boiler in the furnace, and according to this particular step, you can increase the thermal efficiency of the furnace of the boiler, so that more steam can be produced at more pressure with the help of the same amount of coal. But it is the quality of coal, it is observed by pulverization method. So in this case, the dust part of the coal, it can be removed, and the coal is properly processed and make it suitable to burn in the furnace of the boiler. So this is also a maintenance point of view. You can go for the steam energy. So in this particular topic number 5, we have discussed role of maintenance in energy conservation. That first role is that energy conservation by maintenance you can reduce the cost of production, and when cost of production is reduced, so definitely profit margin per unit product will increase, and this will increase the profit of the industry, and that will help in the economical development of the industry and increasing the capacity of production of the industry. So the main particular role of maintenance in energy conservation is that you can reduce the cost per unit of the production. Then he has given the types of maintenance. As I have discussed, the breakdown maintenance, it can be done only in case of when breakdown takes place on the machinery, then you have to go for breakdown maintenance. But try to avoid the breakdown maintenance if you are going for predictive and preventive maintenance before that. If all the points are covered under predictive and preventive maintenance, then the possibility of breakdown maintenance will be minimum. So this particular topic contains all these points which are theoretical, which you have to memorize, and you have to go for energy conservation planning, in which you have to go for some economical analysis where you can work out the optimum energy consumption curve with the help of that curve in which the fixed cost of the energy and running cost of the energy can be compared, and optimum production quantity can be calculated, so that at this point, if your plant is working, then optimum energy consumption takes place and maximum profit can be produced or can be obtained by finding out this particular type of analysis, that is the economical analysis, by considering two costs, running cost and fixed cost. With the help of running cost and fixed cost, we can find out the point of optimum production, so that the maximum profit can be earned by without increasing the inputs to the system. So these are the point in energy conservation and planning for the maintenance purpose, that how we can obtain all these particular things by proper maintenance. Now conservation of energy in case of residential or commercial type of installation, there are different points of maintenance which will be discussed in the topic number 8, that is energy conservation in various sectors. When I discuss this topic, energy conservation in various sectors, at that time I will take whatever tips to be taken for the domestic energy conservation, industrial energy conservation, and commercial energy conservation, transport sector, and different type of industries which are potential consumption of energy takes place in those industries. What are the steps to be taken for the maintenance? So in this particular topic number 5 only, we have to discuss the role of maintenance for energy conservation, which I have taken in both the way for all the type of energy used in the industry, and for which what are the steps to be taken, that I have taken. So this is completed your topic number 5. So whatever I have given you in terms of points or discussion, you watch the video carefully and take the note of all these points. This will help you in preparing the answer of the question. If there is a question asked, write down the factors which affect the maintenance of the role of maintenance in energy conservation. Then you can write all these things. Only one question can be prepared on this topic, that write the role of maintenance for energy conservation. So all these points which I have discussed just now, that will be the form of the answer of that question. Or other things can be asked like this: define preventive maintenance, define breakdown maintenance, define periodic maintenance, define preventive maintenance. So these all points I have discussed. So according to that you can put the answer of those questions. So this is all for today. This completes your topic number 5. Next time we will take another topic on the same subject, or either in case of IMT I will take the insulation chapter. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.